Hi, I'm Lori Lee, and we're here with Johnny and Jules,
Hi,
aka
guys.
Lee. I bring on the bus. And can you guys, like, how long have you guys been together? How long have you played together? Is that the same question, or is that an A and B?
Actually, it's different. We've
Okay.
been together almost 31 years,
Oh,
and we've been married 27, be 28 in May,
Uh-huh.
and we started playing music 10 years ago.
wow.
So we had a friend who played music, was really amazing musician, and he fell in love with the idea of playing guitar, and so I asked him, I said, can I buy you a guitar for your 40th birthday? And he said, no, I think I want a banjo.
Ah.
And I had been already,
You had already been in it.
I'd already tried to figure out the guitar and tried to get everything. And so I'm like, all right. So then I get online and I buy the banjo, and then we go to Guitar Center because I wanted a guitar. I wanted to play as well. So he said, well, we'll go get you one. Well, he fell in love with the guitar, and he looks at me and he goes, did you buy me a banjo? No, I was totally trying to surprise him, and I even had a whole thing set up. He was going to get it as a present, like at a friend's show. They were going to give it to him on stage.
Wow!
Like, this whole beautiful thing.
You go big, don't you?
I did, and he was like, I'd rather have this guitar, and so I sent the banjo back, and we got him a Martin, and
well, I'm happy because I love what you guys do. So I'm glad.
Guitar is a lot more.
And I love banjo, but I love what you
Yeah, I
guys
do
do.
too. But
I'm glad he picked guitar.
Yeah.
I was
the
pushing
guitar's
for
a lot
guitar,
easier to practice,
Oh my gosh.
and you don't drive everybody around you crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like
Like
a cat
it's
screaming
not-
until you learn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all want to just go into one?
Yeah,
Or do you want to
this
tell me
first
a little
song's called
bit?
Chasing Fools.
Okay.
And it's just kind of, about just life in general. My dad used to have the saying, he who makes the gold makes the money. And I used to laugh at him because, I'm an only child. And I'm like, sure, Daddy. And some of the lines came from that. But mostly it's just an idea of, you chase all these things. But what you really need to do is just let go and let God.
Oh, girl. Cold chills. Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready. Take your drink, throw 'em out the window. If they're yours, they'll come back in time. And take your wishes, blow 'em to the wind. If they're meant to be, they'll fly home again. And all I wanted was fortune and fame. What I did was ruin my family's name. My father asked me to follow his rules. I wasted all my days chasing fools. Take your sorrow, set up the river. 'Cause only then will your prayers be delivered. Take your anger, bury it in the ground. Make sure it's deep so it never be found. And all I wanted was fortune and fame. What I did was ruin my family's name. My father asked me to follow his rules. I wasted all my days chasing fools. Take your heart, put it on display. It's too late come judgment day. Take your soul, oh, lay it bare. It's just a world, it won't ever be fair. And all I wanted was fortune and fame. What I did was ruin my family's name. My father asked me to follow his rules. I wasted all my days chasing fools.
So I'm sure you've already been told like this before, but your voice is butter.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
I mean, smooth. Like you can just sing somebody to sleep. Like,
She does me all.
yeah. Well, you're a lucky man.
He doesn't
That's
listen to
awesome.
me.
I'm sure he
He don't
does.
pay any
I'm
attention.
sure he does. He just don't even know he's listening to you anymore. That's how that works.
No, I
After
just
that
wander
many
through the
years.
house singing lyrics and making stuff up. And
I used to do this because I was with my husband for 33 years altogether, but 31 dating, and I would go and not even know I was doing it. And he, you okay? Like,
Yeah.
we need to play some music, whatever, because that was like the release. But yeah, he's listening.
Are you?
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Sometimes. Okay, well that works too.
Mostly he says, huh.
Oh my gosh, that's like a like just you say it without knowing
yeah.
or saying it.
Someone's, she'll say, what? Huh?
What?
I'm like half dead,
Mom.
so it's,
My mom goes, what? And now every single nurse that comes in the house, they all, we all do it now. My daughters do it like, what? And it's the Judy, what?
They have their own little special
Yeah.
languages, don't they?
So who are some of your influences?
Well, you know,
And it can be crazy.
Well, it really is. It was kind of obscure. We started. Both of us have always loved music.
Yeah.
And we've always listened to a lot of music.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours, I met his wife, and she's like, "Yeah, you should come see my husband play." And my cousin actually used to play with him.
Mhm.
He's a guitar player and he's a singer. And she was my cousin was in a band with him, but I'd never seen them.
Mhm.
And so she said, "You should come see him. He plays at all these restaurants, all these
Yeah.
different places." We're like, "Okay." And it was just, we were just enamored. I mean, it was just so fascinating. I'd not seen that kind of live music before.
Right.
It just, that was kind of when it was really taken off to where everybody had a musician in the place.
Yeah.
And we just kind of became groupies almost, going
Oh my
with
gosh,
her,
I
hanging
understand.
out, watching, listening. He would have a trio sometimes, a whole band sometimes, just different things. We were like, man, this is just life. This is so cool. And then, you start with covers and you're trying to figure out who and what you are. And then we started, I don't know how we found Travis Meadows, but he's this incredible songwriter in Nashville. And he's written, for a lot of big artists, but he's just got this incredible way about him. And the first time you see him, all the hairs stand up on you. You're just so amazed by what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a very hard life, so I mean,
It translates
translates to
I
beautiful
feel
music.
like that. Like as long as I've been like involved in music, and then especially doing this, like I found out, like the more you've been through,
Yes.
the more your voice is just gonna just come in and just rattle my soul.
Yes.
And
And he does it. Oh, and now he's not able to play. He's had something happen with his voice, but he is just the most incredible songwriter.
I
And it
think
just
he's
really,
still writing.
yeah,
he is. He
a fair amount,
writes.
and he
Yes.
can still play guitar, but like
Right. He can't sing
he's
right
not
now.
fully
So
100%.
Right.
but it's just.
yeah. So that's
Yeah,
that's
that really
your-
kind of got us started with, learning about Jason Isbell and all
Oh
these
my
people
gosh,
when they
see?
started, it
Mhm.
was and the Steel Drivers when Chris Stapleton was
Yes.
still with them, and
Yes.
before he became somebody
no
famous.
No, I love him with the Steel Drivers
Yeah.
more than solo.
because it's just
Sorry.
so deep and rich.
Yes.
And the words. I mean, he has just a way with words, and I'm just such a word person.
Me too. You too.
And that started coming, and I think the first song I wrote, his cousin, I tried to write a little bit. I was working with a vocal coach that was a songwriter, and his cousin was 25 when he passed, and he had a brain tumor. And as I was driving home from visiting him, all this flood of words came, and I pulled over on the side of the road and just wrote it all
Girl.
out.
Mm-hmm.
And that song still, have it somewhere, but we've never actually played it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, that began.
I understand that.
That really began the journey that you could take all of this emotion, all this soul and strength and weakness and all of these things and make this little bitty 3-minute thing.
It's gonna change somebody's life.
And you hope that it lets someone else feel what you feel.
Somebody's life.
And when they can, we have a song, that every time someone hears it, they get a total different interpretation from it. And I didn't write it in any specifics. I want my songs to be that way.
Exactly.
The majority of songs.
Exactly.
That's, you know,
Let it mean what it needs to mean to you.
yes. And
Yes.
a lot of times I am purposely vague
Yes.
with what I wrote because it means to me what it means, but I want it to mean to you what it meant to be.
Yes. What it needs to mean to you. Because
words are just the gift.
oh my gosh. So we had been talking about doing this for a while, and this may be on another show. Sorry if I'm being repetitive, but we had been talking about doing something with music on this bus. The bus just kind of fell in his lap, and
Yeah,
whatever.
and it's such a great space.
And
the
music
sound is just amazing.
Between me and Matt, there's music all the time. When I re-met him, I was like, my favorite thing in the world for somebody to give me is a song. And he heard me. My Matt playlist is like 1,300 songs, close to 1,300 songs now. Like, and that's all we do is we listen to music, and then we do this. Like, it's always music.
Oh yeah.
And so when we're talking about this and we're trying to get it together, I don't know if you know who Benjamin Todd is. He's from Lost Dog Street Band.
Okay.
At the beginning of one of his songs, he said, like, his best friend that he had been doing music with, like, they just kind of wrote about death and suicide, and just they were just going down the wrong road, and he was like, and then his friend committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and at that moment, I realized, like, words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You can change the world. And that literally, I made a shirt with that, like, that literally just went, I was like, we have to do this now.
Yeah.
And it that evening, whenever that just epiphany, or whatever you want to call it, came over me, my friend Ava, who runs the radio station, messaged me out of the blue with a picture of me on stage 8 years ago.
Wow.
And then a picture of me now. And she's like, girl, you're shining. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to you.
Yeah.
And so we kind of sat down with her, and we had this, and it was just born. Like, I was just taking notes and writing down. And it's like,
oh yeah.
let's just, and it's taken off like crazy. Like, I think I have, after this weekend, I think I have 14 more to schedule. Like, that have agreed, but I have to get schedules to match and make it work. But it's taken off so fast that it really didn't get to be exactly what we planned it to be.
Yeah.
But at some point, Bring It on the Bus is going to be connected to and on WYYZ.
Right.
So it's just, it's all, and then we're like, other things are happening, like the full shows at J19 and whatever, like other, and things that we're just in the talking about stages.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It
It's
is
crazy.
It's been that way for us this year. You know, just this last 6 months, just all this growth. I've been talking to other musicians about, you know, a musicians guild and putting together songwriters, and in the beginning it's just going to be the, you know, people who have a big catalog who are, so that we can start out as the mentors for those who come along and able to give to the community, but to start having shows that are more and more and more original. Yeah. Less just cover sprinkled in. Yeah. That's what it needs to be.
Yes.
Because you need that familiarity.
Because people are like, oh yeah. And then
you get them back to your song.
Yours. And then yours are gonna be there.
You do. You want to take them on that journey. Yeah. You know, and so that's what we do. We very much, and I hate the word now because everybody uses it, but we curate the songs that complement us. Yes. And our, you know, so the covers that we pull in are things that are just, they feel like us.
It could have been you. It could have been you.
Or we change them to be us.
Yes.
You know, we have this crazy version of Boys of Summer that's just like,
oh my goodness.
You know, because it's ours.
Yeah.
And the first time we played it for his brother-in-law Art, he's like, man,
why is that not your song?
That is like our jam. Yeah. That's it. Every week we have to play that, or we can't leave. Like, you can't leave practice until Art's heard that song. Like, he's played that song. That's his song.
That's amazing.
So you can take someone else's.
Yes, and make it yours. I have a playlist called Cover Better Than Original.
Yes. I
have a whole playlist like that, and we'll throw oh, Cover Better Than Original. Yes. And then it's a couple of I call them my bus kids. I'm 50 years old, but it doesn't matter if you're 30 or whatever, you're still my bus kid. You know, and a couple of them on here, they've done covers. Hannah being one of them, Andy Thacker being one of them. Like, they'll do a cover, and I hear it. I hear them singing that song in my head. I will go find them on YouTube, either their own YouTube or what I've made for them. Like, I want to hear you sing it, not
it's Music's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's just
It is.
it's soul,
Yeah.
you know, and that's how it comes. And these words, I tell him it's a gift. They're not mine.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
They just
somewhere.
They fall.
do.
They fall out. And like you're
here
talking
they
about
are.
driving.
And I read them later and I think, I wrote that?
Yeah.
And not because it's like, you know, puffed up. I wrote that.
No.
It's
But
like,
really?
I wrote that. That's a deep thought, you know? And
Yeah.
then I realize a lot of times I don't realize what the song's about when I'm writing it. I
just-
realize about the
I feel
song
like
once it's
It's
together.
going through you. Like
Yeah.
it's going. Like I was kicking. My mom she has vascular dementia, and but she's the happiest person. If I have to have dementia, give me my mom's dementia because it's beautiful. Everybody loves her, but she's in a dream. Like she will ask you the same question. Like she knows who I am. She knows what you know. But sometimes
uncle had it,
she will get stuck in a dream.
Yeah.
And so I'm cooking her breakfast one morning, and I literally just kind of threw it on her tray to her, ran to the front porch, and wrote this song called "In a Dream," and it's about her dementia and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
It just, and then all the caregivers that take care of her, and other people that have been a caregiver, and they're like, whew, you know,
Yeah. There's a bittersweet beauty in
Yeah.
things like that.
yeah,
That just
Yeah.
bring you. Well, this is about this is called Flamingo, and it's about growing up different. And you know those kids that
Yeah.
most of them probably come on your
Yeah.
bus. We're just it's about being different in a small town.
Yeah.
And the life that
I love
that you
different.
lead.
I
You
love
know when you are different.
Ready, dear?
Get all my voice
Yeah.
together.
it.
Hair is the color of a flamingo. She tells everyone she's in love with Ringo. She grew up small in a Bible Belt. Told her what she thought and told her what she felt. And she says yes, ma'am. She says no, ma'am. She says please and thank you too. But it's got nothing to do with you. Now her body's a rainbow vein. She's still watching pretty in pain. Crushed her dreams and told her lies. How she's living is no surprise. And she says yes, ma'am. She says no, ma'am. She says please and thank you too. It's got nothing to do with you. Grew up hard and she grew up strong. Found out fast that she didn't belong. She says yes, ma'am. She says no, ma'am. She says please and thank you too. It's got nothing to do with you. legend in the lawn round here.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you. A friend of mine, he was a radio DJ. He passed a few years back, and his daughter, she was always just this kind of, she's just different, you know, and it got me thinking about, you know, she strived so hard to just be her own person.
Yeah.
And growing up, you know, in Georgia, it's one of those places, it's hard to be different. You know, everybody expects you to just
I just really wish everybody could. I really wish everybody could just be their own.
So much prettier when everybody can be funky.
And I probably just like the last, you know, 3 years of my life just decided like I'm living my best life, and it's like I don't worry about. I mean, it literally says in the Bible 365 times. Don't worry. That's one time for every day of the year.
Exactly.
Like how many more? Like, can you hear me? So I don't
Somebody's
worry.
knocking here.
And even my kids sometimes I'll be like, "Are you not worried?" I'm like, "Nope, God's got me." Like I'm not going to be careless or reckless.
No,
but
absolutely
at the same
not.
I'm
but
not.
You have to just live, and that's.
I
think that's what music gave to us.
That you have to sort of.
Yeah, you have to be grown to a little bit. You know, don't. You know.
I think that's what music finally gave us was that freedom to just be.
That release. Yeah.
You know, and I used to be in a cover band, so that's how I met. I went to high school with Ham's brother-in-law. That's how I really met him, and Lee had known him when they were kids, and that was a whole different world. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was just different, but you know, I was the backup singer. I did a couple of songs, and it really, I didn't know how to use my voice at all. All I knew how to do was to make somebody else sound good. And I didn't know how to make my voice sound like anything. And the songs I covered were never in a good key for me. They were just always
whatever
barely
you're
hanging
supposed
on to them.
to do. Whatever you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and you can't really hit the notes you want to hit. You can't really put the vibrato where you want to because it's not yours. But it's also like right out, you know, they'd always be at the edge of my range.
Yeah.
So there was no movement.
Yeah.
And one day I just was like, you know, I don't think I can write. I can't give the commitment to this and to the writing. And so I just took a break and started writing, and it just stayed.
Found your place.
Yeah, for the longest time, I mean, honestly, we didn't do any covers. It was all, and
yeah, we did all the originals
you
for
go
a while.
and play at a few places, and all the people were like 5 minutes in, they kind of tune you out because
they're waiting on something familiar.
Yeah, they're waiting on something they know, and it's okay. But we sort of made a conscious decision. It's like this is what we're going to do.
Exactly.
And there are places that you go and people love your original music.
We love it.
Yeah,
we love it. So thank you.
They want to know. They want to know about your lyrics and they want to hear it. But you know, so we do have different setups for different things, and one of the things we love, the idea, what we're striving for this year and forward, because you know, he's 50, I'm 49. This is not, you know, we're not gonna be a big stage somewhere. It's not gonna, you know, somebody may take our music and do something with it,
and that would be
that's
wonderful.
A beautiful thing, you know, and that's its own entity. But for us, it's just the connection with people. So what we would love is to, you know, just start doing house shows for people.
Oh,
because,
yes.
You know, and there's so many ways to do it, but the best way is to just do, you know, $20 per person, and then everybody brings a covered dish. I've seen a lot of places do it. They do it in these neighborhoods, and you know, they have all you know, like up here, down where we are, you have all these great neighborhoods, and they have these little, you know,
like a block party.
Yeah. You can do it outside. Somebody made, and so many people during the pandemic built these beautiful decks and all these outdoor spaces that are perfect for this. And, you know, we offer it a couple of ways. We can come and play mostly original. We can come and play all original. We can come and play a blend. We can come and we can send you our list of covers, and we'll play 45 minutes of originals and 45 minutes of covers, and you get to pick them.
That's awesome.
You know, so it's, and it's just a fun way because the people get to pick their audience.
Yes.
So they know who they're sharing the music with.
Yes.
They pick the people they know will enjoy it. And then we know that we're going to sing for people who want to hear you.
Really want to hear you.
They want to be there.
That
They're not
is
just kind of,
so
you're not
amazing.
background noise.
That's so amazing. It's like more quaint
Yeah, it's just
concerts. Like, it's just like a concert, but just like on a...
how many people during the pandemic were so miserable without music, but then once it was, and of course it's still not over to the I mean,
Yeah.
we still have all these
Yeah.
these things that we have to be conscious of, and so now there's a lot of people, and most people don't want to go to a restaurant here because you can't hear it.
Yeah.
So
There's
where
people
can you
talking
go
about-
to hear
That is
music other than
amazing.
somewhere like Eddie's Attic or somewhere
Yeah.
that you've got to make this trek to? So let it come to you.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Let the music come, and more places like J19 are
Mhm.
opening that
Mhm.
are catering to
Yes.
people who want to
Beca-
hear.
Yeah, and if you'll find like like the owners of whatever, like the people
Is it
that
Fox
manage
Mountain that's up here as well?
Um,
I think we're doing a festival for them. I think in June, and they do like an
yeah,
an original, all originals,
Yeah.
like 2 days, and it's just fun.
yeah, and I love that small. I love
Yes.
big. I'll go to big shows like Red Rock. Like Red Rocks was my favorite, but
Yeah.
but then also just like if you're sitting there with like anywhere between 100 and 300 people, that's really cool. But this,
Yeah.
I mean,
This 10 people, 25 people,
Yeah.
if we're giving you something, if we're feeding your soul, then we are happy.
oh, see, you said we have this thing. It's like, give me some more. Just give me some more, because this is my addiction. This is my addiction.
Yeah.
Music is my addiction.
Oh, absolutely. He can tell, like, if we don't play for a while, that my
Yep.
mood completely
Yep,
changes.
yep. Oh, honey, we have to talk.
It's like Jackson. This was our we just did an EP. It's our first music we ever put out because we tried in the early days to put music out, and we figured out really quick we weren't ready.
Yeah.
It
We
was
had to
like,
get a little more
and then I think we
technically
waited
proficient.
too long, almost, because then we were so perfectionist by it. It took us 2 years of edits to
But
put this out.
It really didn't though. It was
We would take a break and then we
greatly
would.
affected by the pandemic.
It was,
Yeah,
but we
it
also
was.
took. It was a year that we just really sat on them and figured out exactly what we wanted to happen with them.
You have to be still for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the title track, and this is really what made us decide it was time to start recording. This was the
Let's
song
do
that
it.
got us.
Okay, I'm excited.
Ready?
Yep. Goodbye, Georgia. I wish I could say you were kind. Goodbye, Georgia. Oh, I won't miss your state line. Pine trees and rattlesnakes. Your red clay and my mistakes. I say farewell. Goodbye, Georgia. I wish I'd left your pain behind. Goodbye, Georgia. Oh, I can't get you off my mind. Pine trees and rattlesnakes. Your red clay and my mistakes. I say farewell.
That is my favorite of yours so far, and you guys,
Thank you.
that was in a contest. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Tell
So-
people a little bit about that.
It was on a podcast that we were on
The
a few
Georgia
weeks back,
Songbirds.
Georgia Songbirds podcast, and it doing the podcast, you go and you talk about basically the EP, and I guess this was the first song that Jesse picked to
Yeah. He
to
put it
run
in his
in the contest, and if you stay in the contest
12 weeks.
12 weeks, which is 3 months. That's a long time to
It
promote
is.
something. But we stayed in 12 weeks, so an indie radio station in Paris, France, of all places, is going to carry it.
I think they were really into
She
like
sent
Americana
over
music. So.
The promotional materials and all that. So
It's beautiful. I love that one. Like, as long as we're apart, I wish you well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
There's a lot of people who feel that way
Yeah,
about life.
yeah, that one resonated a little bit. Like, it's all good, buddy.
Yeah, that sort of came
Stay
from.
over here.
We were so sick of
Ourselves.
of being,
Oh my
of
goodness.
being in Georgia.
Yes.
We were going to Florida, and which we spend a lot of time down there. And as we were driving down there, I was in the front seat driving, and Julie's grandmother was with us, and she was in the back seat with the dogs, and she just wrote the majority of that song.
Wow.
Like-
Saw the state line.
Yep.
First
Yep.
came
Oh.
in, and I
I
sort
love
of,
it.
I jotted that, and then and I'm not as shy now, but then it was, it's been 3 years ago. I was really shy about writing stuff in front of him. I like it once it's
You're done.
enough.
Here's
You
my.
know, yeah, because I don't want any critique. I don't
Yes,
want any
yeah.
interruption.
Yeah,
I want to have it ready,
It's got-
and then I can
Yes.
stand my ground. you know?
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, "What? No, no, no.
Nope.
Let me get this."
Push it up.
Yeah. So I did. They have a hot tub downstairs, and he would go down there, and there's a sauna and all that stuff, and so he'd go down, stay about 30 minutes, and so he'd come back, and I'd be at the door with like the guitar going, "Damn something, I got it!"
Got something for you.
And he writes all the. It's funny. I can play. I have my own version of I know the walks go there, but I can't play them and sing. So he can hear them and put them in, and he knows because I've my guitar teacher laughs because he's like, I've never seen anybody know better where one goes, and he goes, and you fake it really well, but we've got to teach you to where you can actually do it, But to do it and play, it takes one or the other has to give, and I'm not willing to give on the voice, so.
Yeah.
So that's why we do the way we do. I used to play too, and it was like, it's just easier to let him do all.
I love
He
it.
hears all that
I love
beautiful
it.
stuff.
And,
that I
and,
don't.
you're finding your spots.
Yeah.
Like, you're finding your spots. You're exactly where you need
Yeah.
to be. You're exactly where you need to be. And I love it. And I'm glad y'all are here doing it.
Thank you. Well, this one is called "Last of My Mother's Kind," and this is about Lee's mom and aunt. There was three of them. There was his mom had two
three
sisters.
sisters.
There was three sisters, and two of them had passed by the time he was in his 20s. And so he has one aunt left, and he was on the phone with her, and it was, I think, early in the pandemic. I wrote like 12 songs during the pandemic.
Right.
It just made me think about, I was like, man, she is the last of his family.
Yeah.
And so then this song came, "The Last of My Mother's Kind." So she's the last little connection. She's the last of my mother's kind. A little crazy, but she's still mine. She's my last connection home. When she leaves, it'll all be gone. We're a family of broken threads, good hearts have been misled. The branches of our family tree are falling off till there's just me.
Thought I made myself a home, built these walls on my own. Brick and stone and more too. A little castle for me and you.
Branches of our family tree falling off, there's just me. We're a family of broken threads, good hearts have been misled. Branches of our family tree falling off, there's just me.
I love that one too. I love that one too. It's all different. Like it's a little bit of a toe tapper and just just fun. And I'm like, yeah.
There's one John Prine song, I have to hear it to know which one it is, but there's one of his, once he lost his voice, you know, and sort of reworked himself, that became, you know, that sound, and it just struck me one day. I was like, I love that. And so I had written it and I took it down, and you know, he started with just the lyrics, and I said, no. I know exactly how this one goes, and it took me a little while to get, you know, because I was like, don't play it like this, you know. How I play and how he played are totally different. So we had to find his way to play what I heard, which he's
love
amazing.
That. I miss that so bad. I miss that more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
That.
Just
and nobody else has ever understood what I'm talking about with that. So
it's in here.
Yes.
And he has done such an amazing job over the years learning what this is and what that needs to be to make this happen.
Yes. And see, I just have words. I've tried to play guitar and I've got like 4 chords maybe, but I can't do it all at
4 chords and the truth. That's the song right there.
I can't this and this and this at the same time. But
I spend a lot of time doing this. Time out.
Okay, because I've got timing. Timing is one of my strong suits, but
tap on that thing till you and tap your foot till you hear that beat, and you can give it to somebody.
The cadence,
you can give it to somebody. It's a beautiful way to give it. That's the way I've learned. I do it in the shower. I literally beat on the walls to keep I'm a metronome in the shower so that I can get the rest of the words out and then jump out and write them down.
I'm definitely gonna try that. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm like you. I'm like driving down the road and I'm like, oh, this is a song. Can I just pull over? Maybe I won't do it like that. Maybe just pull over.
The voice recorder, whatever I can get to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is completely outside of our norm, but you know, there was this it's still the thing, and I won't call it since I'm not want to be child friendly, but I call it something bad country.
Okay.
You can fill in that front part. And
use your curse word here. It's like bad live. That's for adults. There you go.
But every song had to have a truck, and it had to have shorts, and it had to have this, and it had to have that. And then, you know, so then I took that and sort of thought about, like, what did it need to be when it was an older song? Like, what was the song? Like, what was the song thing? So we came up with a song about a truck. So
there you go. Okay.
It's kind of not our norm, but
it's okay.
It is. It's a fun song. So
cool.
Wrote a song about a truck. Don't you know it was just my luck? They were looking for a train. I told them an outlaw's tale. Jesse James and a lonely rail. They were looking for the rain. And I got trucks and I got trains. And I got lovers in the rain. Baby, it's a crying shame they don't take my calls in Nashville. Here's the story of a broken heart. Lazy lover wouldn't do his part. They were looking for a wild night. I sang to them about the whiskey and old lovers that still miss me. They were searching for a neon light. And I got trucks and I got trains. train. Oh, I got lovers in the rain. Baby, it's a crying shame they don't take my calls in Nashville. And I wrote every word in my brain. They don't take my calls in Nashville.
You're too good for Nashville. You're too good for Nashville.
I told him, I said, I'm not really sure who you call.
Yeah.
But is it like 1-800 Nashville?
It's Nashville.
I just know they're not taking my call.
And I open my mouth and cornbread comes out, so it's Nashville. Like.
The first time we did a songwriters night, I did not realize how country I was until it was
Oh,
recorded.
I didn't realize how country I was until my oldest daughter started to speak. Okay, she's walking up on my grandmother's porch and it's like, Grandma, can I have a biscuit? And I'm like,
Yeah, I heard, they ask you to intro the song. I was like, wow, that's really bad.
no.
And I can turn it off. When we travel, I can turn it off. But
I don't think I can tone it down. I don't think I ever completely turn it off.
he can't.
Yeah.
We were in New York and he was trying to buy subway tickets.
I don't try to be.
My family's been.
Not that I don't try to be. It's just like
No, I
I can't
understand.
be anything.
I
different.
understand. Like, I had a job like customer service for a furniture store, like answering the phones, and we would buy furniture from northern states and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they would call me and they're like, "Can we talk to somebody else?" Like, hold please.
Can I speak to someone that actually has a command of the English language?
Yes. Hold please. I've got other skills. I have other skills.
We were standing in a subway station in New York, and he said he was asking for a 3-day pass. He said, I want a 3-day pass. And he said,
What?
What? And I walked up and I said, 3 days. 3. Oh, here. They're like, why'd you... Our friend lives in Canada, and his wife is Canadian, and his mom is uber country. Sweetest lady in the world. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. They get her to order food just for the entertainment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then when she tries to tell them they used to live on Acorn Street, and she would say, Acorn?
Or acorn. I can hear my grandmother saying acorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't understand.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my oldest daughter lives in Atlanta now. She's, been there for a good while, and she turns it off. Like, she'll turn it off with her. And as soon as she gets around me or gets on the phone with me, it comes right back out. And the first time me and Matt went to hang out with her there, we're in the car, and she's talking. He goes, wait. She just opened her mouth, and your voice came out. Yeah, that happens.
When we go to, if I go to Alabama, I went to Auburn to college, and if I go to Alabama, mine gets so, it gets long, like the words get longer automatically. It's really
Longer
bizarre.
and slower.
Yeah, thank you.
Hun. 2 syllables. Hun.
Yeah, it's very long. I'm like, where did that come from? Because here I speak fast, so it's strange to me to hear myself. But I lived there for 2 years, so when I hear that
my
accent,
youngest daughter lived in Auburn for a while. She's a big
Yeah.
Auburn fan.
as soon as I hear that sound, it's like my ears just tune to it, and I do it. And I'm like, ooh.
It's funny. It's funny how that happens.
Yeah. You pick them up. Well, here's
Last
our
one.
cover.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This is a song that a lot of people have done. It's
Okay.
really a Townes Van Zandt song, but Poncho and Lefty, we
Everybody
sort of,
thinks it's Willie,
Yes.
but it's not.
No,
Yeah.
it's Tam. And Andy Thacker actually did this one too, and he did it his own little way. And if y'all haven't heard him yet, y'all need to check because he's climbing pretty quick. He's young,
Oh,
but he's
cool,
climbing
yeah.
pretty quick. But yeah, love Poncho and Lefty.
we like it too.
Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your press is hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, your favorite one it seemed. She began to cry and you said goodbye. Sink into was fast as polished steel. Wore his gun outside his pants. All the honest world to feel. Pancho met his machudo. Deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words. That's the way it goes. And all the federales say could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. Dust that poncho bit down south. It ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio. They got the bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say could have had him any day. Only let him slip away. Kindness, I suppose. Boys tell how Pancho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold. So the story ends with told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true. Say you feel it for Lefty too. Only did what he had to do. Now he's going home. No, the federales say could have had him any day. They only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. Few great federales say could have had him any day. They only let him go so wrong. Out of kindness, I suppose.
Good job, Mr.
Thank
Fast.
you.
Bird.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you guys so much. I feel
Thank
so
you. We appreciate
honored
it
to
so
have you
much.
up here.
We feel
Thanks
honored
for
to be on
having
the
us.
bus.
It's good to promote like singer-songwriter.
I know that's like we just want to use music for the good, and people like you that are like especially. I mean, I'm not gonna say especially like we love original. Like if you can bring us a brand new song that we've never heard before, it's like
Yeah.
But like if you're doing your thing and you're, you know, if you've got that to share, let me help you share it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I kind of feel like I found my gig here. Like this is my
Yeah.
purpose. You know, just use it for the good. So thank you guys
We
so much.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
having
that's it's huge for us. Our biggest thing is, you know, it's not just us, it's our community.
Yeah.
And it's other
Yeah.
songwriters and it's other people that are, you know, like you said with Hannah, there's just that cheerleading aspect.
Yeah,
Is what
we're just
you
gonna put Hannah's
want.
name on the seat in here.
Yeah. What you want is, you know, you want the community to grow. You want it to be rich and beautiful, and that's one of the hard things about the Georgia songwriters scene is that most people are very individual.
Yeah.
And we're in Nashville, everybody wants to co-write because
yes,
you're
like in the round. Like
well, they want to be co-writers with someone else because you get that person's audience and that person's connections. And here, we're so separate, and I would love to see more community writing and more, you know, collaboration.
We're definitely gonna, because there's some things that we're working on now. So
more workshops, more people together, more people sharing, because you know we all have different audiences. Why not put these songs that we write together out there for other people to know?
You have no idea.
just a beautiful way to, make
Great things to come.
So we got music out on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, we're on every platform. Just
the
Johnny and
EP's
Jules.
called,
Jules.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
EP's called Goodbye Georgia.
Yeah.
It's 5 songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty heartfelt.
Yeah.
Real songs and
No,
tell people all the time it's just us. It's
y'all
Julie and I, so.
have something special.
Well, we've got
Thank
2 more
you.
songs on the way, and then
Yeah.
we go back to record hopefully in the next couple months. So
And I will I'll if I see you on Instagram or whatever, I'll be like, hey y'all, listen to this.
Yeah,
Listen.
so Facebook, Johnny and Jules, right? And it's
Yeah.
Johnny and spelled out.
Yes.
right?
A-N-D.
Yeah, and
I think it is on pretty
Instagram
much
is
everything.
the same way, Johnny
Yeah,
and Jules.
and we have a TikTok, but it's got something in front of it. I think it's like one Johnny and Jules or something like that. We haven't started putting our videos out yet, so that's my goal this year. This is the year of the video for us.
I saw that. I was like, here's the video. I saw that.
Got to do more, interviews with each other and stuff.
I love this.
We got plenty of time, so we need to make use of it.
There you go. Do something.
We don't have plenty of time at the same time. So
Exactly.
get out of our own
Exactly.
way.
Well, we all have the same 24 hours. I used
What
to
are we
tell
gonna do with it?
before my mom's dementia, I would tell her that like you have the same 24 hours as me. It's your choice what you spend it on.
Yep. Spend it on good. Spend it on
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Spend it on nothing.
Or craziness, just
Yeah.
circles. You can spend it on circles.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We hope you enjoy
Spend it
it.
wisely.
Thank
we
you for
did.
having us.
I did, and I know
Thank you
everybody
so
else is going
much.
to. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much.